in OT last night. At the ripe age of 21, Luka is already the sole owner of the Mavs' all-time triple-double record with 22. He finished with 30 points, 70 boards, and 10 assists, and Zion finished with 21 and 6. This was Zion's first back-to-back of the season, and during overtime, he didn't check in until the 144 mark, which was interesting, and his Pelicans are now 5 games back of the 8th seed. We're now joined by Fox Sports NBA analyst Steven Jackson. Good morning. Good to have you with us. Steven, what is your biggest takeaway from last night?
The Pelicans still need to learn how to win. Young team, I think as far as talent-wise, they're going in the right direction. I like Gentry, but I don't know when this team gets to the level of play that they need to get with their young guys and they grow the way they need to grow. I don't know if the Gentry's the coach. I'm not sure about
You could be right about that.
No, I'm not sure about that. But as a young core team, they're going the right direction.
Right.
But Luka's too much. He's way ahead of his time. He understands the game. He has so much talent. I think with Luka, he has way more to his game than Zion, so you can't even compare them right now. Way more. He shoots way more. He's a better playmaker. It's just his game. He's just not athletic as Zion, but he does everything better right now. And they know how to win. They have a coach who knows how to win. The players around Luka are letting Luka lead the team. New Orleans don't even have a leader. Who's their leader?
Right.
They don't even have an identity. They're still trying to find.
I thought it was Drew Holiday. I thought he was the
now
veteran.
Zion.
Yeah, I know. I got it.
Yeah, Zion and B.I. the all-stars. So
Even Ingram some nights. Ingram's the leader some nights. And they don't.
And Zoe needs to become the leader.
And it's good to see him go hit 7 threes. It's good to see him start to come into his own. So he can be. He's starting to show that he belongs in this league and he can help that team. So once they get an identity. And once, Zion comes in full fold and becomes the leader of their team, they'll be all right. But right now, Dallas is a better team. They know how to win, and they have an identity, and they're going somewhere.
Bigger takeaway. Luka. My name is Luka.
Triple-double.
Live on the second floor. He live upstairs, Skip, from Zion.
You know some of the weirdest music in the history of music.
I think you might have seen him before, but I've been telling you this. I told you 2 months ago, Luka. Skip, look. To close out the game in overtime, 7 points, 2 or 2 field goals, 2 or 2 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds and an assist. 30, 17, and 10. Now, here's the guy that's going to end up probably having 200 triple-doubles if he could have a long career. Skip, the dude's special. I told you he was special.
I'm going to save.
Please, I can't wait to hear what you have to
He
say.
missed 5 more free throws.
But don't worry about that.
Don't get me started on how not special
First
he
of all,
is.
Skip, he wants the guy to have everything. He wants the guy to shoot. Listen, you want a guy to shoot 50% from the floor, 90% from the free throw line, and 40% from the three. Skip, that only occurs like once Steph had a season like that. Larry Bird, KD, Skip, those are anomaly seasons.
Luka is a high-volume misser from the three-point line and the free throw line. Book it, because it's right here.
But this is something I want to show you. You say you like closers. You like guys in the clutch. Hey, DJ, we got a track, Skip. I've been working on some music last night within the lab. Hey, can we pull that? Look at this, Skip. Look what he's doing. Now step back.
I saw the game. Yep.
You want to close now? Ooh, Jerry Favors. You're late. What's your favorite flavor?
That was rare.
Look,
It was.
Hey, you do that right now. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, Skip. Patty.
Boy,
do that to it.
Do you know how many of those he's missed already?
He ain't missed that one.
Yeah, yes.
Look at this, Skip. Watch this pass right here. The pick and roll at the top. Luka.
That's what he does best.
Kristoff.
I give you that.
He better add something to his game for playoffs because he ain't been going right too well. They take away stuff.
Oh, now this is Drew Holiday. You like Drew Holiday, Skip? You like Holiday?
He cooked him.
Ooh.
But Drew took the challenge. How many players gonna actually?
Look at Drew Holiday. I like that. Oh no! Oh what?
That was mixtapes.
Oh, Skip.
That was mixtapes.
Hey, Luka the professor. Yeah, that's the move Professor be doing on the And1 tour. Got him going. That man's the real deal, Skip.
Have you been watching his new teammate, Kristaps Porzingis? Have you been watching what he's doing? He's 7 feet 3 inches tall, and he is appropriately nicknamed a unicorn because that's what he is, because I've never seen anything like that before. He goes 34 and 12 last night. He's making mid-range jumpers. He's making long-distance threes. And he is doing that with his new partner where he's just diving to the basket in ways I haven't seen him dive because suddenly, I don't know, he found a weight room in Dallas. I don't know. His body looks way different than it used to look in New York. And he's playing with a new I'll go so far as to say physicality, because I never thought I'd put that word in the same sentence with Porzingis, but there's some physicality going on with him as a shot blocker and a rim diver, because you saw him dive and slam with authority like he knew what he was about
Well, it's the 21st century McHale and Bird.
Okay, well, it could be. And don't ever put Luka in the Larry Bird sentence again, because I thought you loved Larry Bird when you were a kid.
What you mean? You thought I did? That was my favorite player.
Well, then you wouldn't put Luka in the same
sentence. I had all the posters, had the jersey,
because we're going to get struck by lightning if you do that again.
Skip, he coming. You got to realize when Larry Bird got to the NBA, he was 23. Larry Bird wasn't doing this at 20.
Nah.
So stop playing with him, Skip.
Nobody was.
With 1:29 left in overtime, this game was tied because Zion tied it. And my biggest issue with this young basketball team is it's all over the map right now with shooting and whose turn it is. Because Brandon Ingram, unfortunately, made the All-Star team. It was the worst thing that could have happened to this young team.
He deserved to make it.
Well, okay, fine. And now he's got to live up on a nightly basis. No, he can't get my shot. I got to get all the shots up. So I watched once again last night, 3 starters take more shots than Zion Williamson took. 3. And I watched Zion do what he always does in the fourth quarter and overtime, which is make just about every shot he takes.
Get to the free throw line.
He only took 5 shots in the fourth quarter and overtime last night. He made 4. How can he only get 5 shots up?
But Skip, he's not, because here's the thing. You got to realize he's not a volume shooter.
Well, he should be. That's up to Alvin Gentry just to say, I'm sorry, guys, we are going to feed the beast when it's time. He is your closer. I've told you he's Derrick Henry of the NBA, where he just pounds you into submission down the stretch to where a Kleba, who started last night just to bang with it, by the fourth quarter, Kleba's like, I gotta do this again? This man knows what it feels like down in the post when you got that big caboose just ramming you and ramming you.
And I ain't never dealt with nothing that.
Not like that. Because he's powering up through you, and it hurts, man. I mean, after a while, it takes a psychological as well as a physical toll on you. So, again, with 3:43 left in the game, he comes back in the game, and he doesn't touch the basketball down the stretch of regulation. You just can't do that. Again, B.I.'s on a crazy hot streak, but he just keeps shooting and missing. And then Lonzo thought he was on a hot streak, and he keeps shooting it, and he almost shot an air ball and missed 2 late threes. And it finally comes down to Derek Favors jacks up a 3 with an air ball at a moment when they could have tied the game again, okay? So what are you doing? What's your plan? I don't see any plan.
No plan, Skip. You're absolutely right. Like, you know you have to go to Zion. He is your go-to guy. He's your guy, and that's why it goes back to not knowing how to win.
Right.
I agree.
And Gentry, you have to put some type of system in with these young guys, because they say you're an offensive coach, right? You're supposed to be an offensive coach. You got to put these guys in position and let guys know who's your go-to guy, what you expect from this guy. You can't have all these young guys coming down shooting just any shot they want to, because that's what's going to happen at the end of the game.
Just like, whose turn is it to jack it up?
So what are we going to do about that defense? Now, they gave up 139 to the Timberwolves without Karl Anthony Towns.
I agree.
They just gave up 127. So what we keep on talking about, okay, who's going to get the shot? They scored enough. But they're not stopping anybody.
Well, in one of the timeouts, Alvin Gentry said, somebody's got to guard the kid named Curry because his last name's Curry, right? And when you got that last name, you can probably shoot it pretty well,
let him go.
Drew Holiday can't guard everybody.
But it beginning to
He can't guard.
You know they beginning to do.
But listen. When you a defender, it's going to happen in the NBA. You're going to get shaken. They're going to cross over. But we respect the guys that take that challenge.
I like that challenge. But you remember what he did the other night? You know what he had the other night? Got that 40-piece on him.
Yeah, it happens.
And then he came back, got a triple-double.
It happens.
Don't go back.
It happens.
He back, Skip. And on Luka. If somebody, Seth Curry said Luka, he reminded him of old European Braun. That's what they call him over there. The European Braun.
Well, I mean, how can you not call him that right
now?
He
coming, Skip.
He might not be as athletic as Braun, but what he's doing...
Skip, he coming. Skip, he just turned 21.
Luka's special.
He just turned 21.
Zion's just 19.
And he has the most triple-doubles in Mavericks history.
It's 14th
Good
of
for
the
him.
season, too. Yeah.
I'm saving all my thoughts because in just a minute here on the show, we're going to do Who Would You Take going forward, Luka or Zion. And I got a mouthful for you.
Well, you go
and I
ahead.
believe Steven Jackson might just have a mouthful for you right now because you brought it up at the end of a discussion yesterday about Trae Young versus Trevor Ariza, and you said, wonder what Steven Jackson or Matt Barnes would have done if they had gotten nutmegged by little Trae. What would Steven have done?
I wouldn't have. I would have, that's my little brother. I love him, but I would have probably picked him up by his neck and threw him in the crowd. You don't.
Listen to that.
You're not finna do that.
Yeah.
You're not finna do
Threw
that.
him in the crowd.
Hold up. You was on a team when Manu Ginobili did it.
To who?
Manu started that move.
It was passes.
No, I don't care. You can't throw the ball between his legs. See?
It's a difference.
You see?
It's a difference. It's a difference.
Hey.
If you look at the game, you see a lot of guys come up a pick and roll, and the guys stand there and they just bounce pass through the legs.
Yeah.
But not throwing it through your legs, go and catch it and shoot it.
Why
That's an old Rucker move.
Exactly.
A lot of fights have started on the blacktop because of that move.
Yeah, they gonna
You're right.
Guess what? And you already know.
Yeah.
See?
Man, Trevor did what he was supposed to do. Trevor made us proud.
No. Trevor did that to he did that to Trae Young because Trae a rookie and he's small.
He's a second year.
If he'd have caught what?
Who? Name somebody.
Me.
Trevor would do it to you too.
I tell you, hey, guess what? And I'd have been like Steven Jackson. I got suspended for the last 30. Because, boy, I took that ball and hit it dead upside the head.
Yes, sir.
You know, see?
Trae ain't got to do that.
Why you
Everybody in that arena ready to fight for Trae.
Thank you.
Everybody.
And guess what? He just pulled the same move off on DeAndre Ayton the next night.
Yeah.
And got a hand one. That's his move. But when you just think about it, Stack, he been that small his whole life.
Yes.
That's the only way he can be able to get around the guys.
Well, you got to be talented to do that.
Yes. And he gonna get mad because the man did that to him.
This man would have grabbed him around the neck and thrown him in the third row.
That's the ultimate embarrassment in NBA, dog. Let somebody throw it through
I
your
told
leg.
you.
Throw it through his leg.
You did say exactly that. You said,
Thank you.
what if
Skip know me
Steven...
well.
No,
Yeah.
I said if Trevor Ariza had done that to you, you put the ball between his legs and he forearm shiver you to your
Oh,
chest.
nah, man, Trevor can kick out. We fighting right there.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Don't even
No,
come here.
you were going the other way.
No.
You were saying those guys would have been okay with it.
No. I was saying if they had done that to him, see, I'm looking at it from the perspective, if I got the ball, if Stacks got the ball, he puts the ball between the guy's legs and the guy